If you suck at dungeons, you've come to the right place. In this video, iCheppy goes over how to get better at dungeons. If you enjoy our content, make sure to like and subscribe. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later.
There may be multiple reasons why you want to get better at dungeons. Maybe you want to get your combat XP higher quickly, or you want to make a lot of money. Dungeons is one of the best, if not the best, money making method. Whether or not the reason why you're going into dungeons is because you make money, it's important that you're good at it and grinding at an efficient speed. In a nutshell, your performance in dungeons is based on 3 simple criteria that make you good: the amount of damage you do, your effective HP, and your secret/dungeon knowledge. There are a lot of factors going into the first 2, but I'll talk about them a little bit later. The knowledge of secrets might be the easiest one and definitely the cheapest thing to improve. In fact, it's free, unlike damage and effective HP. Memorizing secrets might take a while, but it's for sure worth the struggle. Every room in dungeons has secret, in the form of a chest or a bed. There are also some exceptions to this. In order to fully clear a room to get a green checkmark on your minimap, all secrets have to be found. Without finding the secrets, you won't be able to get an S+, which is usually the score you should be aiming for. You might be asking yourself, how can I memorize the secrets if I don't know where they are? The answer is simple. There is a great Discord server that features a guide to every room in dungeons. They also have a Discord bot that allows you to find rooms quickly. You just have to type a command and specify the room's shape and amount of secrets it has, and the bot will show you all possible options. The link to the Discord bot is going to be in the description as always. Now, let's talk about damage. First, you need to figure out what class you're going to play. The 2 classes with the highest DPS are Archer and Mage, and surprisingly not Berserk. Archer has the highest DPS in floor 7 and 6, because Necron has a high magic resistance. However, Mage is sometimes considered a better class because it's very good for clearing rooms. Those 2 classes come at a cost. The cheapest class to play is Berserk, and if you're low on a budget, it's Healer. But when going Healer, you won't be useful in your team, especially in lower floors. Next, you need a weapon. Pretty much for every class except for Mage, you'll need a Flower of Truth because its ability is OP for clearing rooms. As an archer, you'll need 3 to 5 bone merengues, which are the best archer weapon. And for mage, you'll do great with a Hyperion if you have enough money. If not, a Midas staff is good enough. The best weapon for Berserk is a Valkyrie, which is very expensive, so I recommend you to buy a Livid Dagger instead. All the weapons mentioned earlier are top notch and will allow you to do F7. Talismans are also very important because the stats they give you are multiplied in dungeons based on your Kada level. So try to go for as many talismans as you can, and if you have nothing else to spend your money on, you can even recombobulate them for an extra bit of stat boost. To see which talismans you should go for next, join my server, link is in the description, and type a simple command SBS missing and your IGN. The bot will show you which talismans you're missing and what are the cheapest options you should go for. Reforging is a whole new topic and I'm not going to explain it in this video. If you don't know what you need to reforge your talismans to, just search it up on YouTube after you finish watching this video. I'm sure there are plenty of guides about it on YouTube. Next is armor. In Skyblock, armor does not only give defense but also damage boosts such as strength, crit chance, and crit damage. Some of the better choices out there right now are Necron armor for archers, berserks, and tanks, storm armor for mages and healers. All sets are definitely not cheap, but with Paul being elected, the prices are going to go down. Sometimes people like to replace their Necron helmet with a 5-star Tarantula helmet as it gives better stats than a Necron helmet. However, it has a Kada 26 requirement, so make sure you can use it before you buy it. If you cannot afford the sets I mentioned earlier, you can go for Shadow Assassin or Adaptive. But if you're buying Adaptive, don't expect to do floor 7 or even 6. Also, a pet is definitely needed to do a good amount of damage in dungeons. The best DPS pet in dungeons is Wither Skeleton, and it's also pretty tanky against floor 7, and it's very cheap. One of the best items to put in your pet is a Spooky Cupcake. It gives you 30 strength for around 300,000 coins, which is very cheap. As you might know, a significant portion of your stats at the end of a run comes from blessings. Fortunately for many people, in the Essence shop there is a perk that increases the effect of blessing. The perk goes up to 10 and it can be bought in the Essence shop at Malik for Wither Essence. There are also other less significant perks such as Boss Luck or Strength buff. The first one is very useful for getting better drops from chests, and the second one gives you 10 strength per level. Doesn't seem like a lot, but the first couple of upgrades are basically free as they can be bought with Undead Essence. The last thing that goes into your damage calculation is your catacombs and class levels. As you can see here, Catacomb level gives a huge boost to your stats, and it's more significant the lower Kata you are. Your class level also matters a lot. To upgrade your Kata level or your class level, you simply need to play dungeons, that's all. Now the last category, effective HP. Usually, this is something players struggle with the most, because effective HP is not something you can get easily. Your effective HP is a product of this formula, which takes into account your health and your defense. The majority of your defense in dungeons will be coming from your armor, and the sets I covered in the strength section all provide enough effective HP when combined with a pet to do floor 7. Speaking of pets, they're the best way to increase your survivability in dungeon. There are 3 pets that can do that for you: Baby Yeti, Blue Whale, and the Wither Skeleton. An epic Baby Yeti at level 100 gives you 100 of your strength as defense. In dungeons, your strength can go up to several thousand, making the pet the best for tanking for berserks and archers. However, it's quite expensive. Legendary Whale, on the other hand, increases your HP and defense. It's better than a Baby Yeti for surviving skeleton masters who do true damage. It's a bit cheaper than a Baby Yeti and best for mage, tank, and healers. Last, we have a Wither Skeleton pet. This pet provides a 30% damage resistance to withers. It is mainly used for DPS, but I put it in the defense section because it's very good for surviving floor 7 boss room. All mobs in floor 7 boss room are withers, but the pet will not make you more tanky outside of the boss room or against bosses that aren't floor 7. There are several other tanking pets which are off meta and need a balance, for example the turtle pet, but I recommend you to stick with the meta and get one of those 3 pets I mentioned. They're quite expensive, but you should be expecting to spend all your money when going into dungeons.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.